Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is Mysticall. Today I'm bringing you the Necrolord Soulbinds for all specs and going over there. I believe they're called Conduits. I think there's a better name. Potency Conduits, going over all the specs and then showing you guys what you can actually do with them. So first off, I just want to start off by showing you guys all of the conduit abilities that you can get. Now, I don't know if there's much information about how to get them. I think they've just said that just playing the game pretty much. I think there's probably dungeons, PvP, raids. That's probably how you're going to get these. So there's class abilities, there's class conduits, and then for each class there's also spec ones. Before I jump into it, the conduits enhance some of your abilities, and then when you go through the tree for the Soulbinds, you can actually unlock different abilities that upgrade certain things, certain abilities. They give you some really good passives, and then normally the last one's like a really good one. So there's 3 different things you can go through. I don't have them unlocked because I haven't done the campaign, but I can still show you the abilities that they do. And yes, so now we can get right into it. Fortifying ingredients. Fortifying brew grants you a shield equal to 5% of your health for 15 seconds. So any spec can use these. Transcendence transfer, increase your movement speed by 10%. So that's the that's just porting. You don't increase your speed afterwards. When paralysis ends, your target's movement speed is reduced by 60% for 5 seconds. This one is one of my favorites. I really like it. Grounding breath. When casting Vivify on yourself, it has a chance. Its heal is increased by 10% and has a chance to refund its cost, which is pretty good. I actually think that's really good for Windwalkers. And I don't think Brewmasters are healing themselves more often, but I think that's really good for Windwalker. Expel harm's healing is increased by 20%. Just a flat increase to expel harm, which is really insane. And then dizzying tumble, targets affected by your leg sweep deal 5% less damage for 5 seconds. Also pretty solid, probably really good for Brewmaster for dungeons. So now these are the class conduits, and now we have spec specific conduits. So we have the Mistweaver ones. So we have Jade Bond. Abilities to activate Gust of Mist. Reduce the cooldown on Invoke Yulon by 0 seconds. I guess there's not an exact amount. And Yulon Celestial Breath healings increased by 10%. Not bad. It's not bad at all. It's really good that it works because of 3 of our abilities. What is it? Renewing Mist, Enveloping Mist, and Vivify all heal with our mastery. The cooldown on the Yulon might actually be a lot lower than 3 minutes. Yeah. We have Resplendent Mist. Gust of Mist has a 25% chance to do 25% more healing. So just additional healing through your mastery. Rising Sun Revival. Rising Sun Kick reduces the remaining cooldown on Revival by X amount of seconds, and Revival heals targets for 10% of Revival's healing over time over 10 seconds. So that is similar to the Legion artifact weapon passive that we used to have, where when you revivaled, there would also be a hot on you. So they're bringing that back. They're bringing back that, which is nice. Life Cocoon increases healing over time received by an additional 15%, and this bonus lingers for an additional 6 seconds after the shield is broken. It's pretty cool. I don't think it's that going to be used that often, mostly because Life Cocoon already does that. It already increases our healing over time by 50%. It's more healing, but I feel like if it doesn't last, if your teammate isn't topped off after Life Cocoon, I think they're probably gonna die either way. And then we have Bone Marrow Hops. Bone Dust Bruise, shadow damage, or healing is increased by 20%. Oh, this is the same. This is the Necrolord ability. So this is for all of them. Yeah. All right, I can get rid of these then. Just get rid of these. So what this is Bone Dust Brew, shadow damage or healing is increased by 20%, and Bone Dust Brew deals shadow damage or healing. It reduces its cooldown by 0 seconds. Big cooldown there. Yeah, so that's just to give a little bonus to your little Bone Dust Brew, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool ability. It has its uses. I don't know if it's gonna be better than these for Mistweaver, but we'll see. So now these are the Windwalker ones. Yes. We have Inner Fury. Fist of Fury's damage is increased by 20%. Just 20% increase your Fist of Fury. Probably gonna be best in slot, to be honest. When Stormwrath and Fire Spirits fixate on the same target, they deal 10% additional damage. So they must have changed Storm, Earth, and Fire somehow. Let me see what we got here. I was queuing some PvP with this. Let me see. Split into 3 elements, 15 seconds each target dealing. You directly control the Storm, Earth, and Fire spirit, while Earth and Fire spirits mimic your attacks on nearby enemies. That's awesome. So they're kind of bringing back the old style of it. No, it seems like there's no other additional bars, so maybe it's just like how they worded it is kind of weird. Either way, I think that's kind of cool. Spinning Crane Kick's bonus from striking a unique target with Tire Palm, Black Kick, Rising Sun Kick is increased by an additional 10%. So that's probably really good for Mythic Plus, just because you have so many targets to hit, and you get, that's a little buff every time you hit something different. You get like an additional damage buff with Spinning Crane Kick. Abilities to activate combo strikes reduce the cooldown of Invoke Zhuen, the White Tiger, by a whopping 0 seconds. Again, they're probably getting these values, trying to figure it out. And Zhuen's damage is increased by 10%. So that's pretty good. For those of you who don't know, they made Zhuen a passive ability. This is just a monk ability now for Windwalkers. You don't need to spec into it as Windwalker. So that's really neat. I think that's kind of cool. And it's nice that when you have the combo strikes, it reduces the cooldown of it. So this is Brewmaster. I don't really play Brewmaster, only sometimes to tank lower level dungeons, but maybe there's someone who's interested. So while under the effects of Celestial Brew, your effects that heal you are increased by 20%. Probably really solid. Let me see. I don't know if there is Celestial Brew. Right here, Celestial Brew, a swig of strong brew that coalesces purified chi, escaping your body into Celestial Guard, absorbing. Okay, so this is the new guard, I'm assuming. Yes, okay, so guard is no longer a thing anymore. They just called it Celestial Brew. That's actually kind of sick. So while this is active, you do additional healing. So healing elixirs, Chi Wave, Chi Burst is pretty cool. Expel Harm. So you have a lot more self-healing now with that up. Keg Smash deals an additional 20% damage to targets affected by Breath of Fire. That's really cool. That's probably going to be used for like Mythic Plus. Evasive Stride, Shuffle grants you your stagger 5 additional effectiveness. No idea what that means. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. No idea. I'm sorry. I don't play that much Brewmaster. Abilities that grant Shuffle reduce the cooldown on Invoke Nizu, the Black Ox, by some amount of seconds. And Nizu's Stomp deals an additional 10% damage. Seems pretty solid to me. Seems pretty solid even though I don't know what it means. So let's say you get one of these from, I don't know, something. Let's say you're playing Mistweaver and you get the, where's the Fortifying Brew one? Where's my fort one? Oh, right here. Let's say you get the Fortifying Ingredients. What's going to happen is you're going to go to your Soulbind and you're going to learn these. So what you're going to do is you're going to come here, you're going to learn it. You're just gonna, I already learned all these, but you're going to right click, you're going to learn it. And these are similar to the neck essences that we have now. However, I don't think you can swap them that easily. Yeah, it's a cooldown to reset your conduits. I was playing around with these on stream and I reset them, and I guess you can only do it once every 4 days. I just reset them before this video. So I guess you can't switch them that often, but at least you could switch them, I guess. I don't know, maybe they're going to change it. So you have 3 different people to go through with the Soulbind, and I have one of them unlocked, but 2 of them are still locked. I haven't done the full campaign. What's unique about this, and I'll show with this tree right here, is these conduits help unlock your path. So let's just do this one for an example. So the first one is using Fleshcraft with nearby corpses derives a benefit from a corpse differing based on the creature's type. So you click that and it's already here. So then you want to choose a path. Yeah, I already reset, but I guess you can't change your path either. So for example, we have Travel with Bloop. While standing still, you slowly build stacks of Bloop's Wanderlust. At 10 stacks, your movement speed is increased by 10% for 2 seconds. So if you wanted to take this right here, you wanted to take this path, you would need to use an Endurance Conduit, which would be one of these right here. It shows which one, you know, you have a Potency, Endurance, Finesse, and you have a Endurance Conduit, a Potency Conduit, and a Finesse Conduit. So you're going to use, depending on which path you want to take, you use a different conduit. Hopefully that makes sense. It was very confusing for me at first, but think of it like relics kind of from Legion, where it kind of increased your item level, gave some kind of benefit. These are pretty much relics, and you're using those relics to take a path, which is pretty neat. So this one right here, when reduced below 50% health, ooze courses over you, granting you a shield for 10% of your maximum health for 20 seconds, which is really good for PvP, especially if you play a Mistweaver. So if I wanted to take this ooze's frictionless coating, I would need a potency conduit. So I would, let's just get these out of the way. I would need to choose one of these potency conduits, put it in here, and I would get access to this ability. So I'm choosing between one of these. I would probably want to go with let's see what we got. Life Cocoon's healing, Gust of Mist, Revival. Let me see. Abilities activate. All right, let's just say we want to kind of go with like a kind of a mastery build for PvP, or if you're doing Mythic Plus, you want to do some kind of mastery build, that's fine. You take one of these potency conduits, you just put it right here. Boom. We now have, you can now click the frictionless coating and you get this passive, or if it was an on use, you could use it. I don't know if there's any on use abilities, but if it was, you could do that. Now the other one here is your first attack or spell cast on an enemy increases your damage done to them by 10% for 5 seconds. Doesn't occur if Plaguey is busy preemptively striking another target. I have no idea what that means, but I'm assuming this guy follows you around and he's attacking other targets. So I went with this one. I used a potency conduit. If you wanted this one, you would use a finesse conduit. If you wanted this one, you would choose an endurance conduit. So now we come to a middle of the road and we need a finesse conduit to keep going. So we get one of these finesse conduits. Any of these will work. Let me see. I really like Lingering Numbness, by the way. I really like this ability. I like it because even if your paralysis breaks, it still gives the movement speed debuff, which is nice. So we put it here. So now our finesse conduit is socketed in, and we could choose between one of these two. We have Kevin's Keyring, allows opening of locks that require up to 600 skill. By the way, this is not spec specific. These are all the same. So don't worry about that. The only difference is going to be which conduit you use. So we have Kevin's Keyring. Each second spent channeling Fleshcraft reduces Kevin's Keyring ability by 1 hour. I guess that's kind of cool. It gives you some kind of lock picking. And then we have Plagueborn Cleansing Slime. Defeating enemies has a chance to deploy your Plagueborn Cleansing Slime, which improves your remaining durability on your armor. I don't like paying for armor repairs, so I went with this one. And you would just click it and you get this ability. So now we have another like middle of the road like convergence, and we need a potency conduit. So we come back up here, and we need to choose one of these right here. You can't use the same one twice. You like there's no duplicates. So let's see. I guess we just go with Bone Marrow Hops, just because I kind of like the bonus on it. So we put it here, and we socket it. Yeah. And then you would need to choose one of these right here. You would need an endurance one or a potency. So we haven't done any of these yet. So fortifying ingredients is a really good one because it gives you that really nice shield. So we're gonna put that right here. We're gonna socket it. And then we have the final ability, the ultimate form. While channeling Fleshcraft, you're immune to crowd control. And then finishing the full channel grants you 4 seconds of crowd control immunity, which is really good. So we can apply these. I don't know if okay, there we go. So this is our path. We chose this path right here. Boom. We now have access to this passive right here, and I don't know if it doesn't update the tooltip. Maybe it will in the future. I don't know if it will. Now, again, these other people have paths as well, as long as you keep going, I guess, with the campaign. The final ability for Emeni is after using 60 spells or abilities, your next Fleshcraft will deal 1,849 shadow damage to up to 5 nearby enemies over the duration and heal up to 5 nearby allies for 2774. So that makes it kind of an AoE damage and heal, which might be good for Mythic Plus. We looked at these two already, did we? No, we did not. Emeni's Magnificent Skin. Bone Dust Brew increases your maximum health by 5% for 30 seconds. And you may channel Fleshcraft while moving. Oh, that's actually insane. That's actually huge. Both of these are so good. So then you would just use this one would need a finesse, this one would need an endurance, then you would need a potency. So you need all three right here just to keep going. We have cartilaginous legs. After taking fall damage, the health lost becomes a shield lasting 30 seconds. That's really cool for RBGs, because imagine if you fall off of Lumbermill. or if you're dropping down to mines and it just becomes a shield. Hearth Kidney Stone. You may attune your Hearth Kidney Stone to any resting location and return it. Returning it, 24-hour cooldown reduced by 5 minutes every killing blow. That's kind of cool, but I really like this one right here for RBGs. That's kind of sick. So then you would put a little potency socket here, and then you would get access to these three. So you get Gristled Toes, movement speed increased by 2% for every nearby enemy, up to 10%. Pretty solid for RBGs, and rating is kind of cool. We have Gnashing Chompers, gain 1% haste for 20 seconds after defeating an enemy, up to 5%. Probably really good for Mythic Plus. When reduced below 20% health, you fear nearby enemies for 3 seconds. Are you kidding me, man? Are you serious? Oh my god. That's actually so good. So you, if someone is on top of you, like if they're targeting you, and you drop below 20%, let's say in your kidney, it just fears for 3 seconds. It doesn't show that this has an internal cooldown. This will 100% have some kind of cooldown on it, 100%. And then we have the final one that I already showed. So this is really, actually, I really like this guy more than, I don't know if there's a way I can unlock this, but I want to try it out because this guy's really good. And then we have Bonesmith Heirmir. We did this, deals damage when you do melee attacks, and then defeating enemy reduces flesh caps cooldown by 1 second. Probably really good for Mythic Plus. And then obviously you'd put the conduits in, and then we have Heirmir's Arsenal Ravenous Pendant. Defeating an enemy restores 1% of your maximum health over 3 seconds, stacks up to 5. Probably really good for Mythic Plus and rating against a boss with a lot of adds. We have Heirmir's Arsenal Gore Stompers. Damaging or healing a target below 35%. Grant you 25% increased movement speed for 5 seconds. May only occur once per minute. That's okay. It'd be kind of good versus like Rogue Mage teams, but it's a 1 minute cooldown. And then we have Heirmir's, I think I pronounce it different every time, Arsenal Marrow Gemstone. After landing 10 critical strikes, you gain 20% increased chance to critical strike for 20 seconds. May only occur once per 60 seconds. That's really good for rating, I'm pretty sure, if we still want crit. So then we put our conduits in here, and we have Runeforge Spurs. Mounted movement speed is increased by 5%. If attacked while mounted movement speed is increased by an additional 10% for 5 seconds. That's awesome. You'll still get dazed though. And the first hit you'll get dazed, so you don't have to worry about that one. Bonesmith's Satchel. You have a chance to obtain a satchel of a Bonesmith's preferred ore and gems when you kill an enemy that yields experience or honor. That's pretty cool. I'd probably go with this one because, again, you'll just get dazed off your mount the first hit. Doesn't matter about that one. And then the final ability is Forgeborn Reveries. Upon death, your armor continues to fight. Wow, what? Allowing you to fight for an additional 10 seconds. During this time, your damage and healing is reduced. Oh, reduced by 50%. You cannot receive healing. Okay. Wow. That was kind of, this one was kind of looking sick for PvP, but yeah, I don't think this one is too good for PvP. PvE, it might have you, maybe if you're a tank, maybe if you're a Brewmaster and you're a tank and you're like progressing, it might be useful. PvP, I don't think so. Windwalker, I don't think it's too useful. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all of the, so this is the Necrolord Conduits and the Soulbinds and Conduits. If you have any questions, please let me know. I know this is probably gonna be a bit of a longer video. It's just a lot to like take in, and it's just, you know, so many different systems just kind of coming together, which is pretty neat. The next video I'll do a different one of these. If you guys enjoy this video, please let me know. Please let me know also if there's anything you want to see, because I got nothing but time here, baby. I got nothing but time. I'll do as many of these as I can. And that's pretty much it. Hope everyone learned something. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. And that's pretty much it. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you later.